Chip Kissinger, a veteran of 3 Final Fours, Todd Austin, and Tony Chiazza, our officiating crew. And we are underway here in St. Louis.
And I'm just looking for the comfort level that Iowa State starts with in the first 4 minutes here, Spiro, just to see if they run their sets. There's one right there.
Blake Buchanan.
My guess is that we got a shot at TJ at the sidelines with his players. There's a backdoor also.
Away. Then the Wildcats. Into the corner. This is Chandler. He can stroke it. Splash. 2.5 gone by. Yelovich probing. Smart pass. Back door. He gets it to Aberdeen. 2 young players.
Torrey coming off a 25-point game. He's wide open again.
Chandler. Strong touch. And that's his spot early in this game.
Yeah, if you get the rotation on the basketball that he just got, that's why you get those second little bounces. Nice play.
Heisey.
Finding the corners, and Chandler, look at the rotation, a bounce, a kick, and it falls.
Allen Fieldhouse, Bureau.
John, they're so deep, they're so well coached. Lipsy put a sleight of hand, nifty little finish.
In different ways to be able to go to the basket.
Shot clock down to 3. Aberdeen has to fire and buries it.
Small versus tall. Mismatches out front. He just patiently waits, half a step back, and buries it. There's 2 threes back to back. In less than, what, 4 seconds or so?
Aberdeen, red hot. Poked away, Heisey. Garrison takes it back. Floater, no. Tapped up and in. Diabate.
There's a total difference to the way that game was played. That a competition is a bit different right now, too.
Lipsy had the steal, glides to the basket. Big play.
He's just giving him a couple of breaks here and there. Oh, there you go.
Torrey to steal. A foot race and the finish.
He's got size advantage. Should be able to use his little step back if he wants it. There it is.
The spin, the fade. Cash money.
Here it is. Little step back. I got the size. Now you're done.
Both teams are out of fouls as we come up on 6 minutes left and a half. Lipsy leads Buchanan. Yelovich.
Great team defense, too, helping one another out. Iowa State.
Away shows the handle and buries it from deep. SEC preseason player of the year, Momcilovic.
There's a great example of how he can get his shot off in a hurry. They have numbers if they want it.
Here's Diabate. Somehow saves to Williams. That's a 3. And give Diabate. Maybe he was surprised he had that much space.
Here we go.
Momcilovic expecting contact. No, Lipsy's putback was blocked. 6 to shoot.
Look at the perimeter. Every single touch of the ball.
Momcilovic, the spin. Tough shot, fight for it. Moreno unable to squeeze it. Momcilovic with a rip. He'll fire and buries it.
Out of bounds just then. And here's the confidence.
Lipsy. Heisey. Iowa State takes the lead. Can they take care of the basketball, Jim, here in the second half? As Lipsy works in the corner, he will launch and gets the party started with a 3-pointer.
They had led the Big 12 in that category during the course of the season.
Always, that is a high degree of difficulty.
2 different great shots of that possibility that could be aggravated.
Momcilovic, beautiful little floater, teardrop. Able to get to Buchanan, and then Buchanan making it happen. The save, they get it on the wing. Nice little backdoor cut. Yelovich lays it in. Lipsy squares, fires, and connects.
There's a little screen. And you see up high here, watch the defender in one. Number 1, he gets hidden just for a split second.
15 Kentucky turnovers.
Lob.
A sweet dime from Lipsy. Olay elevates, rattles it down for a monster shot.
Outside there and just driving it to the basket. Expect to see more of that.
Torrey, full head of steam.
I think he was.
Officials say never had control, so no travel. Diabate.
Wow.
Tough pass. Lipsy.
He's quick.
Presented by Body Armor. This suffocating Iowa State defense forcing 17. There's a lot of great teams in the SEC. There aren't many that defend the way the Cyclones do. Another takeaway. Heisey.
And when they get it, they can go with it. I love the way the guards search out the big guys before they get there.
Oh, my goodness, how this thing has turned. Buchanan, beautiful lead. Torrey. And right now, Kentucky can't stop the bleeding. Aberdeen shot clock at 5, again stagnant. Buchanan rips it away.
And they're making good decisions on the drive. And once again, a stagnant offense for Kentucky right now.
Well, if there was ever a time for Olay to try to take the thing over, it's right here. It goes glass.
Good recovery right there. Watch out, nobody's going to pick him up.
Heisey, but just so smart. He saw the seam and he took it.
Both guys just split. There was nobody stepping up to stop the ball.
They may take a next step here.
Watch that reverse pivot.
Momcilovic into the paint. Double teamed. Lipsy. Little hip check and he goes glass. One thing about Iowa State, you're going to beat this team. Look at Heisey coming to the rack.
Oh, they picking him apart.
With a player like Nate Heisey, my goodness, you have a guy like him with the experience to plug him in. There's Olay, nice little.
Took him to the 10-second mark in the shot clock. Oh, look at this one.
Big transition three. Wow. As we are inside of 6 minutes left.
They've only turned it over 6 times, too.
Torrey, not that time. Swatted out by Garrison. Kentucky trying to work quickly. Aberdeen on a deep three.
When he was talking about Iowa State was the leadership of Taman Lipsy. And guys, we've seen that today. A flawless performance from the veteran point guard, Spiro and Jim.
Exactly. Nice steal.
3-pointer that time as Olay off the takeaway. Just too much to overcome against this kind of a team.
Here we go upstairs. Oh, what a call. What a call. Spiro, you do not see a out-of-bounds lob from the sideline all that often.
Winner of this game moving on to Chicago. And the Sweet 16, Lipsy. And he's not done just yet against Hope. Got a couple more days of rest. Momcilovic. 26 points. And Iowa State is dancing to the Sweet 16.